This is the video for Module 2, Lesson 7, Estimating and Solving Multiplication Problems, where you solve both the estimate and the actual. So we're going to start here with this first problem of a 3-digit by 3-digit, and we're going to write it so that it is vertical instead of horizontal. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to estimate. So we're going to look at this and round to the largest place value, which will get us to round this to 300. And then we're going to round the next number, and that's going to round to 200. Using our rounding rules of 5 or more, up the score, 4 or less, let it rest. So now we can multiply these two together. And when we multiply these two, we use our zero rule and cross out our zeros, and we get 3 times 2 is 6, and we put our 4 zeros back in. So our estimation is 60,000. Now we're going to go back over to here, and we're going to multiply our number. I'm going to erase it and rewrite it so it's easy to see without all the boxing and underlining. And I'm going to multiply my two factors. My factors are the numbers I multiply, so 314 and 236, to see what my product will be. So when I start to multiply, the first thing I do that we have learned before is that I'm going to ignore the 2 and ignore the 3, and I'm going to multiply 314 times 6. So 4 times 6 is 24. I carry my 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8, and 6 times 3 is 18. I'm done with the 6, so I'm going to cross off my 2, cross off my 6, and then move right next door and start using my next number, which is my 3. My 3 is in the tens place, so that tells me when I want to start in my tens place, I need to put a 0 in to start over here. So now I can move to 3 times 4, which is 12, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, and 3 times 3 is 9. I have nothing else to multiply the 3 by, so I cross it off, and I cross off the 1 at the top. Now I go and I start looking back here, and I'm going to the next number to start multiplying, which is my 2, which is in the hundreds place, so I have to start here. So I know I need zeros. So now I have 2 times 4 is 8, then 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. And now I'm going to add my numbers all up, and I end up 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 2 plus 0 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8 is 21, carry the 2. 2 plus 1 plus 9 plus 2 is 14, carry the 1. And 1 plus 6 is 7. And I have 74,104. That's pretty close to 60,000, so that's how I estimate and solve my actual. We're going to do another example. So this time, we have 1,882 times 296. In order to not have to erase and rewrite, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put my estimation symbols in, and I'm going to just underline and box up here. The 8 in the box is 5 or more, so it tells me to up the score of the 1, so this turns into a 2,000. And then I do the same over here, and 9 ups the score of the 2 to a 300. I don't round all the way up to 1,000. I go to 300. I'm going to its largest place value. Then I multiply. So first thing that I need to do is cross off the zeros. And I have 6, and then I have to put 5 zeros back in. And now I'm going to start multiplying to check over here. So first thing I do is I ignore my 2, I ignore my 9, and I multiply the 6 times 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 1 is 49. Carry the 4. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 4 is 52. Carry the 5. And 6 times 1 is 6, plus 5 is 11. I'm now done with my 6, so I cross off all the numbers up on the top and my 6, and I move on to my 9. My 9 is in my tens place, so I put a 0. 9 times 2 is 18. I carry the 1. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 1 is 73. I carry the 7. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 7 is 79. I put the 9 down and carry the 7. And 9 plus 1 is 9, plus 7 is 16. Now that I'm done with that number, I go through and I cross off all the numbers that I used on top, cross off my 9 and move on to my 2, which is in the hundreds place, so I need to put 2 zeros down. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 8 is 16, carry the 1. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17, carry the 1. And 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3. And now I add it all up. 2, 17, 3 and 3 is 6, and 4 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 and 1 is 2, and 9 is 11. And 11 and 6 is 17, and carry the 1. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 6 is 8. 8 and 7 is 15, and carry the 1. And then I have a 1, and a 3, and I end up with a 5. And 557,072 is pretty close to 600,000. And the last one we're going to do together is 4,902 times 408. So this time I'm just going to estimate right here, just to change it up a little. So this would be 5,000. This would be 400. When I multiply them together, I ignore my zeros. 5 times 4 is 20. And 5 zeros need to be added back in, not including the 0 that was already there, and it gets me to 2 million. Now I'm going to multiply over here on the side the actual to figure out my product. Doing this a little quietly because we should be able to do our standard algorithm. So I'm going to go back and cross things out and then put my zeros. And now I'm going to add this all up. And my answer is 2,016,000, which is pretty close to 2 million. And that is how we multiply using the standard algorithm and the estimation.